When it comes to ordering starters at a restaurant, most of us zero down on a Chinese dish. These are also extremely popular as street foods, but what is more interesting is that what we think is Chinese is not really so, but rather an Indian adaptation of a Chinese dish. If you want to know how Indo-Chinese food originated, do check out on our website. I'll share the link in the description box. One such hugely popular Indo-Chinese dish is honey chili potato. I'm sure none of us can resist this juicy, crunchy and full of flavor snack. So without any further delay, let's see how it's made and you'll never head to those street stalls again. For making chili potato, you would need 2 potatoes, medium to large size, 1 capsicum, 1 onion, 1 spring onion, 1 inch of ginger, 4 to 5 cloves of garlic, 1 green chilli, about 6 tablespoons of maida, 4 tablespoons of corn flour and 4 tablespoons of rice flour. Along with that you'll need red chilli powder, salt as per your taste, 1 teaspoon of sesame seeds, red chilli sauce, green chilli sauce, soy sauce, tomato ketchup, vinegar and oil for frying. Now if you want to make a honey chili potato version, you would additionally need about 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1 teaspoon of honey. To make the crispiest honey chili potatoes, we'll need to follow these 5 major steps. First, cutting of the potato and other vegetables, parboiling the potatoes, dry coating the potato wedges, followed by wet coating the potato wedges, then deep frying it and a quick flash fry. Lastly, making the sauce and then mixing everything together. So we begin by first taking peeled potatoes and then cutting them into wedges, just like French fries. Try and cut the wedges in uniform size. Now take the cut potato wedges and dip them in cold water for about 5 to 10 minutes. This will prevent the potatoes from getting oxidized and turning black. Now we move on to the second step, which is parboiling the potato wedges. So in a vessel, boil some water and then add a little salt and mix it in. This will also give a little flavor to the potato fries. Now discard the water in which the potatoes were dipped and just add the potatoes in this boiling water. Boil them till just one boil. We do not have to completely boil them. We just have to partially cook them. So that is the reason this process is known as parboiling. Just when the water starts to boil, you will notice white colored scum coming on the top. So this is all the starch that has been released from the potatoes and will later on help the potatoes to become crispy. After getting one boil, turn the gas off and strain these potato wedges and wash them under cold running water. This will help stop the cooking process further. Now you will see that the potatoes have turned slightly translucent, but they are still firm and not breaking easily. So with this we move on to the third step, that is dry coating. So for this we will take 3 tablespoons of maida and about 2 tablespoons of rice flour and 1 tablespoon of corn flour to it. Then we will season it with a little salt and red chilli powder and give it a mix. In case you don't have rice flour, don't worry. You can take a little bit rice in a grinder, pulse them for about 5-6 minutes and you will get homemade rice flour easily. Now we will take the parboiled potato wedges in batches and toss them in this flour mixture and coat them well. Coat them uniformly on every side and then keep them aside on a plate. Similarly, do it with the second batch also. Doing it in batches will make sure that each and every wedge is nicely coated with the flour mixture. If you wish, you can straight away move on to frying these potato wedges, but I recommend to do a second layer of coating, that is wet coating, to make the fries even more crispy. Now for the wet coating, we will take the remaining 3 tablespoons of maida, 1 tablespoon of rice flour and 2 tablespoons of corn flour, along with a little seasoning of salt and red chili powder, and give it a mix. Now we are going to make a slurry out of it by adding some water. The slurry should neither be very thin nor very thick. We'll keep it somewhat medium consistency, as a thin slurry will not coat the veggies uniformly and a thicker one will only give you a flour taste and not the taste of the potatoes. Stir and mix the slurry as smooth as possible without any lumps. Now we move on to deep frying these potato wedges. For that, heat some oil in a pan on medium flame. Once the oil is hot, take the potato wedges one by one, dip them in the wet coating nicely, rip off the excess and then drop it in the hot oil. Dip the wedges one by one only to make sure the coating is even from all the sides. Crowding the wet coating bowl with too many wedges will make sure uneven coating. Fill in as many wedges possible in the pan without overcrowding them too much. Keep splashing oil over them and fry till they are golden brown. Do this step also in batches to make sure that all the wedges are evenly fried. Now to make them more crispy, we are going to do a flash fry. So turn the heat on high and then drop all the fried wedges back again in the hot oil and fry them back again for about 2 to 3 minutes. You will notice that their color will start darkening and they will become more and more crispy. Take them off over a paper towel to absorb the excess oil and your crispy potato fries are ready. Let me just show you how crispy they have become. Now we move on to making the sauce or the gravy. For that, chop all the vegetables. Now take a Chinese wok or a kadhai with a thin surface and heat some oil in it. Spread the oil on the surface of the kadhai on all sides. Chinese cooking involves cooking at a very high heat and involves a lot of stirring. So that is the reason spreading the oil evenly is very much important so that the food does not stick to the sides. Now drop in the chopped garlic, ginger and green chilies and stir them at a high flame. Next we add in the onions, followed by some spring onions, and cook them all till the raw smell of garlic and ginger is gone and the onions start to caramelize. Next we'll drop in the green capsicums and again saute them at high heat with all the other vegetables. Don't overcook the vegetables, otherwise they will turn soggy. Cook them till they retain some of the crunch. Add a little salt, some red chili powder and stir back again. Now we will be adding a little sugar, but if you want to make plain chili potato, you can skip this step. Now to make the base of the gravy, we'll add about 2 tablespoons of red chili sauce, 2 tablespoons of green chili sauce, a little soy sauce, about half a teaspoon or 1 teaspoon, some tomato ketchup and a dash of vinegar. Mix them all together and you will get a fine sauce like this. Now add a little wet coating slurry to thicken the sauce if you want, or leave as it is. Next we'll add about 1 teaspoon of honey. You can skip this step if you are making the plain version of chili potato, or even add more to make it sweeter. You can see the honey gives a nice glaze to the sauce. Next we'll toss in some sesame seeds or safed til as we call in Hindi. Mix them all together and let it cool. The sauce is ready. Now we will toss in the fried potato wedges, but before adding them, don't forget to turn off the gas. It is crucial to cool down the sauce a little bit, otherwise the steam releasing from the sauce will make the potatoes soggy and they will lose their crispiness. Take out the honey chili potato in a serving bowl. Garnish them with some spring onion greens and sesame seeds and just attack on it. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, so do hit the like button, share with your friends, comment down below and subscribe to our channel for more such interesting recipes.